Welcome back to the PMP Certification Prep Training course. Common Tools and Techniques in Project Management. Data representation is the art and science of transforming raw information into visual or structured formats that reveal patterns, relationships, and insights otherwise hidden in complexity. Through tools like charts, graphs, matrices, maps, and dashboards, it translates abstract numbers and concepts into accessible, actionable intelligence. Effective representation not only enhances comprehension and communication across diverse audiences, but also drives informed decision-making, prioritization, and strategy, turning data into a strategic asset that guides innovation, efficiency, and growth. An affinity diagram is a grouping method used to categorize items in a meaningful way, making it easier to understand and represent complex information. This technique is typically used after brainstorming or focus group sessions to organize and analyze large amounts of data gathered during those activities. Affinity diagrams help in several ways. They analyze large amounts of data, sort ideas by themes, and allow teams to visualize and process information more effectively. By collaborating on the sorting process, teams can identify patterns, trends, and solutions to problems, ultimately leading to more informed decision-making. A histogram is a widely used graphing tool designed to summarize discrete or continuous data measured on an interval scale. It visually represents the distribution of data by grouping data points into bins or intervals. Histograms are particularly useful for illustrating the key features of data distribution, such as the shape, spread, and central tendency, in a way that is easy to understand. They help in identifying patterns, trends, and anomalies within the data, making them an essential tool for data analysis. Text-oriented formats are documents designed to convey important information such as requirements, scope, responsibilities, authority, competencies, and qualifications. These documents are structured in a way that clearly outlines the key elements necessary for understanding the project or role. They are essential for establishing clear expectations and guidelines, ensuring that all stakeholders are aligned on the objectives, roles, and required qualifications for successful project execution or role fulfillment. A project organization chart is a visual diagram that displays the structure of the project team and the roles each member plays. It is sometimes referred to as an organogram, hierarchy chart, or team structure chart. This chart helps clarify the team's structure, showing how individuals and roles are organized within the project. It also illustrates the relative power positions and reporting relationships among team members, ensuring that everyone understands their responsibilities and lines of authority. A flowchart is a diagram that represents a workflow or process, illustrating a step-by-step approach to solving a task or completing a procedure. It provides a clear and visual representation of how a process works, making it easier to understand and analyze. There are several types of flowcharts, including process, workflow, swim lane, and data flowcharts, each serving different purposes. Flowcharts are primarily used for designing and analyzing processes, documenting procedures, and managing processes or programs to ensure efficiency and clarity. A cause and effect diagram, also known as a fishbone diagram or Ishikawa diagram, is a powerful analysis tool that helps systematically examine the causes contributing to a specific effect. This diagram allows a team to visualize and identify the hierarchy of causes, including potential root causes, which is crucial for solving complex problems. The diagram is structured to guide brainstorming sessions, helping teams focus on the primary factors that impact quality. It also serves as a foundation for further problem-solving tools and strategies, ensuring that teams can address the most significant issues first. The RACI matrix offers several key benefits for project management and team collaboration. It provides a clear view of what is expected from each stakeholder and how to communicate with them effectively. It helps identify who should be approached in any given situation, streamlining decision-making and communication. It reveals issues like having too many responsible persons or insufficient communication, which can lead to confusion or delays. The RACI matrix serves as a guiding document that everyone can refer to when needed, ensuring alignment and accountability throughout the project. The RACI matrix is an indispensable governance tool that assigns and clarifies roles for every task, deliverable, or decision within a project, ensuring absolute accountability and eliminating ambiguity. It categorizes involvement into 4 distinct roles: responsible, the individual performing the work; accountable, the sole authority with ownership and veto power; consulted, those providing expert input; and informed, stakeholders who receive updates but do not contribute directly. By visually mapping these responsibilities, the matrix prevents overlaps, gaps, and miscommunication, transforming complex collaborations into streamlined, efficient, and transparent workflows where everyone understands their duties and dependencies. This structured approach not only accelerates decision-making but also enhances alignment across teams, ensuring that projects proceed with clarity and precision from initiation to completion. A RACI matrix is a powerful accountability framework that clarifies roles and responsibilities across a project or process by categorizing stakeholders as responsible, those who do the work; accountable, the single owner who approves and answers for the outcome; consulted, which would be the experts providing input; or informed, and that refers to those kept up to date. This model eliminates ambiguity, prevents duplication of efforts, and ensures every task has clear ownership and oversight. By visually mapping who is involved in each activity, the RACI matrix enhances communication, streamlines decision-making, and aligns team efforts with strategic goals, turning potential chaos into coordinated action. The goal of data models is to ensure that the data objects provided by the team are represented accurately and efficiently. Data models help clarify how information is organized and how it flows within a system. There are 3 main types of data models. The first is the conceptual model, which defines what the system contains, focusing on the high-level structure and relationships. The second is the logical model, which defines how the system should be implemented, detailing the organization of data without considering physical constraints. The third is the physical model, which describes how the system will be implemented, including hardware and software considerations for storage and access. Scatter plots or scatter diagrams are used when you have paired numerical data and need to explore the relationship between 2 variables. They are particularly useful when your dependent variable may have multiple values for each value of your independent variable, and when you are trying to determine whether 2 variables are related, such as identifying patterns or correlations. You need to identify potential root causes of problems, especially after brainstorming possible causes using tools like the fishbone diagram. The scatter plot allows you to visually assess if a particular cause and effect are related. This bubble analysis example shows the relationship between health represented by expected years of life at birth and wealth represented by GDP per person in each country in the world. The size of the bubbles in the graph represents the population of each country. Gross domestic product is a monetary measure of the market value of all the final goods and services produced and rendered in a specific time period by a country or countries. GDP is often used to measure the economic health of a country or region. Mind mapping is a dynamic visual technique for organizing information, generating ideas, and revealing connections between concepts in a nonlinear, intuitive format. This example structures content around central themes like menu teton, data, and creative categories like creative idea, great idea, using branches to explore related elements such as pack UIT, emit, and iterative mind plan entries. The method encourages free association, allowing teams to break down complex topics, stimulate innovation, and capture both structured and abstract thoughts, like the repeated playful phrase, "Luna goes dice," which may represent placeholder text for brainstorming or metaphorical thinking. By externalizing and grouping ideas spatially, mind mapping transforms chaotic creativity into actionable insights. It supports everything from project planning and data categorization to problem solving and strategy development, making it an essential tool for fostering collaboration, clarifying objectives, and unlocking innovative potential. Whether used individually or in groups, it turns scattered thoughts into a coherent, visual roadmap for execution. A matrix diagram is a management planning tool used to analyze and display the relationship between data sets. It organizes information in a grid format, allowing you to easily identify correlations, dependencies, or gaps between different elements. This tool is particularly useful for decision-making and strategic planning, helping to visualize complex relationships in a structured way. A matrix diagram visually represents the relationship between 2, 3, or even 4 groups of information. It is used to identify connections and dependencies across multiple data sets, helping to highlight important relationships and guide decision-making. This tool is particularly effective for organizing complex information and clarifying how various elements interact with each other. A control chart is a graph used to study how a process changes over time, with data plotted in time order. It features a central line that represents the average value of the process, as well as an upper control limit and lower control limit, which define the acceptable range of variation for the process. These control limits are determined from historical data, and data points are plotted to represent the actual output of the process over time. The control chart helps monitor process stability and identify any variations that may require corrective action. This control chart visually demonstrates the impact of a strategic intervention on a key metric, tracking its performance over time against a historic mean. Initially fluctuating within expected bounds, the data reveals a significant and sustained decrease below the established average following the intervention, illustrating a clear cause and effect relationship. By quantifying this shift from month 1 through month 23, the chart provides empirical evidence of improvement, emphasizing how data-driven decisions can systematically enhance processes, reduce variability, and achieve measurable outcomes in project management and quality control. The nominal group technique is a structured method for group brainstorming that ensures equal participation and facilitates quick agreement on the relative importance of issues, problems, or solutions. Team members start by individually writing down their ideas, followed by selecting the idea they feel is most valuable. The NGT decision-making process involves 3 steps. First is the idea generation. Team members propose ideas. Then, ranking and discussion. Ideas are ranked based on importance. Finally, round-robin voting. Voting helps prioritize ideas, allowing the group to quickly reach a consensus. Negotiation refers to a strategic discussion aimed at resolving an issue in a way that both parties find acceptable. It involves a process of give and take, where one or both parties may need to make concessions to reach a mutually beneficial agreement. Effective negotiation requires clear communication, understanding each party's priorities, and finding common ground to resolve conflicts and achieve desired outcomes. Emotional intelligence is the ability to understand, use, and manage your own emotions in positive ways. It helps in relieving stress, communicating effectively, empathizing with others, overcoming challenges, and diffusing conflict. By developing emotional intelligence, individuals can enhance their interpersonal skills, improve relationships, and create a more positive and productive environment. Thank you for your unwavering commitment to excellence and your dedication to mastering the profession. We wish you resounding success on your path to certification.